Hey guys, welcome back. I actually had gone back to the house and slept off a night that had been creeping up on us at the end of our last episode, and I just walked back out. And this morning, I want to get in here and turn this into a proper-looking floor. So I am going to come in here and remove all the dirt that we had not used. And we got to be careful because some of these dirts may be upon holes. So I don't want to go too nuts with my digging here. There we go. All right, this one doesn't look too bad. All right, so now we can get in here and start to fill it in with the floor. And the way we did all the wiring, it should all be down a level. So all these little places that, we had gaps so that we could get in and do the wiring, we can now cover up. So that when we're done, really you're not going to see any wiring at all. So, over here, I'm just going to start here and we're going to fill in that gap and that gap. And then that should let us, there we go. So look at that. You see? Now I do have some dirt, and the dirt, we can come over here. And again, if we did the job right, all this redstone wiring should be down at least 2 blocks. So we could come in here and fill in this top layer with dirt. And this is gonna do this business, huh? All right, if you want me right on top of you, I can do that. And then in time, because there's grass here, this is gonna fill in, and it'll be like it was that way all along. It'll just look really nice. So I'm just slowly doing my little creep because I don't know why, but my mouse likes to duplicate stuff. Actually, there. I'm going to come over here and just see if that perhaps did the same thing. Well, that's interesting. Oh, okay. Alright, I see. See, so that one was already growing in. That piece there already grew in, so that's okay. It's working. All right, so look at that. That's the front end all blocked in. Okay. All right, if we come into the back end, we've got a little bit of dirt to remove, not much, and I think it's solid underneath everything. Yeah. All right, and now the wiring is going to be a little different through here. Again, this is the mechanicals room, so it's going to look a little goofy with holes. But I'll show you what it's going to look like. Come on. We want as many of the holes filled as possible. Some of them just aren't going to be able to, where this red wire goes down, where this track goes down. Okay, now here we can actually put a piece here. And then if I jump up here, put a piece here, I can't put a piece even right here, because remember I showed you last episode down below. If I put a piece right here, it'll cut off the redstone that's going down. So that hole is going to have to stay. However, that's part of the reason this little wall is here, to kind of hide those yuckies. Okay, same thing over here. Okay, I can fill in this. Okay, all right. So if we take a look at this, I'm going to stand right here. Okay, this is the mechanical side. You should have a hole of 4 right here, another hole of 4 right here. You should have a hole that's 1 open plus 1 in there. And you should have a hole of 3 over there. Okay. If we wanted to continue this wall, and I think, how do I want to do this? You know what? We'll do that. I may replace this, but now I'm just kind of giving it for looks. I want this to be stone, so even this one's going to get replaced with stone. This hole only needs to be one high because we don't go down there. The carts go down there. The carts come out here. Okay, we don't need those holes to be any bigger. Okay, now look at the grass growing in. All right, so back here, and again, this will be a solid wall. Sometimes I put a door right here, kind of leading in. You know, I could possibly put the door here because the easiest way down is to come down this staircase. Okay, we did run tests, and this torch didn't seem to interfere, so I may leave that torch there. Maybe for safety, I'll just move them up here. But if I do that to all, whoops, do it to all of them, you know, then at least they'll look the same, right? You know, not that it matters, but if you're a little bit OCD like I am, that seems to help things. Okay. You know, really, you want to get that thing boxed in soon because you don't want your bad guys down here. It is the primary reason I put in this wall of 2. Honestly, as far as the Pez is concerned, this ramp and this wall right here, these 3, are all that's really needed. I put these in so that even if a bad guy gets down here and starts, you know, getting up here, oh, well, I was going to say he couldn't screw things up, but evidently that is not the case. All right, and I thought I saw one go up, so I cannot get up that way. Could I get up? No, I'll have to go up this way. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. Alright. That is much easier to correct than when you're in creative mode. Did those 2 stay? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you you really don't want you don't want the bad guys screwing up your stuff down here. And believe me, they are very good at screwing stuff up. Alright, so there we go. So we're back to normal. I may just do this for now. And while I'm out here, I think I discovered why I don't like those torches so high. Ooh, I'm out of dirt. Yes, I am. Alright, I want to get some dirt. 2 high should be big enough to keep the bad guys out. Spiders can climb up there, but I don't think that's going to be a big issue. Plus, spiders are too big to get down the holes, so I don't think that'll be a problem. All right, that should be good. I see darkness coming again. I'll be darned. I think I know what I want to do with the rest of this episode because it's kind of a weird episode, this one, because we're getting ready to figure out what we want the rest of this to look like. And I have an idea, but we need the resources, and the resources we're going to need are not located here. Okay, so that should keep That should keep the mechanicals room safe from the bad guys while we're doing other things. Alright, so what else? It looks like it's getting dark again, so I think I'm going to hop back inside and get rid of the darkness, and then we'll get started on the next piece that I was thinking we could work on today. Alright, let's see. Bring our other goodies back down, including the wood. And I wanted to check the wood locker for, okay, we don't have a lot of these, but that'll work. We're going to need some more of these. We could work on creating the ascent. That would give us something kind of neat to work on today. Alright. So if you remember, if I remember, I think it's either right here or right here. Let's try this one. I think this is the front. I might even be wrong. No, I'm off by one. This is the front. Okay, so if we just look at this, see how it's in the middle? In the middle of these pressure plates. Okay, so we want to follow that out and just follow it down our little hill here. Oh yeah, it hits this light post right here. Okay, so what I was envisioning when I did it the first time was I don't love it when it's only one high or one wide. That's why I decided to do this. It's three wide. So I think that possibility should really stay the same. So I'm coming over to grab that axe real quick. We're going to need to move this, and what I had done on the other one that I thought actually looked really good was, take out these three, but then in addition move the stairs back so they actually met up with this staircase over here. Okay, so in other words, it kind of looked like this. Whoops. Like that. You see? So then we just kind of came straight down and straight along. Okay? So if that was the case, then this needs to be replaced with wood. So we'll do that. I find it easier when you're making these types of changes to, before you start work on the new piece, alter the original, and then it allows you to get a lay of the land here. Okay, so now we know what this is going to look like. All right, we know this light post is going to have to go away. All right, so I'm going to take this entire light post out. All right, this is the center of this little staircase here. So what I want to do now is pop in the beginnings of an approach. So you can see that this is pretty good. Now, one thing I might try to alter is this area through here. So my next piece is going to see what are the possibilities that we actually could go in one more. So I want to come up and see what we're looking at up here. Okay, we do have 2 blocks of dirt. So I'm actually going to try to see what that might look like. So again, starting in the middle, I want to take out dirt. So stairs would be here. And it would be kind of, well, not that bad. Let's try that. I want to see if it would look okay. Because then we can still have kind of that little walkway over there. Oh my goodness. Hello. I hope that's not going to be a problem. Yeah, way to take some damage, Dave. Alright. Let's see what that did. Okay, good. Good. I thought for a minute I was digging down too far. Okay, that's okay. So, yeah, if I did that, and let's just try that. Let's just see how that works. Oh, shoot. I'm trying to use creep so it doesn't do that double business. But, as usual, you know, sometimes you just can't see if it's going to do what you want it to do until you actually build the thing. Step back and look at it. Right? Alright, let's try this last one. Alright, and then if we're up here, these three would then get replaced with more wood. Okay. So what do you think? Possibilities for these light posts. I'm almost considering moving them to right here, because that would allow an easier way there. So if I take those out, take this out, I would have to do it over here too, which again might be even better for this walkway over that way too. I'm not going to put them in yet because I want to look at some other things. Yeah, see, this allows a nicer, easier way to get out over there. What I wanted to see was what I thought over here. You see this staircase? How it's got dirt built into the sides like this? And then I put the wood in here. This allows, see that? It allows for that to happen. Okay? So I think I'm liking that idea. Now when I come down here, I can notice a couple things. Okay? If I don't put a piece of dirt there, that might be a good thing. If I try to mimic over here, that would mean that this piece stays, but this piece doesn't. So let's bring this farther down. Alright. We'll take this out, and again, just to see what's going to happen, I'm going to take this one out. And those two pieces of dirt. And again, let's put some dirt right here so that it will maybe mimic this piece over here, possibly. But then again, I like stuff to be balanced, so maybe that means that these are going to have to come down for a minute until we figure out a better way to do these. I don't love the want to screw this up over here. This higher piece because of this. However, what's to say, 1, 2, 3, what's to say we couldn't, say, bring this over to here, maybe take out this chunk. I didn't do this in the plan. I was just toying around with ideas. But now this is for real, and I want the for real to look good. Alright, that's not too bad. And what's up here? Oh, we have that over there. Yeah, so if we left this, I mean, we could do this. Alright, I mean, we don't have those. I don't know if you remember way back we had melon gardens over here. We don't really have a need to be over here. This would allow, you know, so if we were up here, we could walk like that. These pieces of dirt, well, not necessarily that piece of dirt, but come on, mouse, bear with me here. What if we put stairs? What if we did something like that? Come on, maybe creep is what I gotta do. Nope. Creep doesn't do it. And then where's that door? How would that be? Would that be alright? Then at least it kind of looks like it matches, sort of. I think it'll look nicer when this is all on grass. But, let's see, if we come up here. Wow, dark again. Alright. While we're up here, let's hop in here. I see we're approaching an hour again, so we're going to have to finish this one off pretty soon. Alright, let's see. I come down. It's kind of open over here. It has this lead in over here. I'm also looking at this piece here and wondering about, you know, the landscaping over here. Like, should it be something like that? You know, 1 there, then 2, then 3. See, we've got this little weirdness over here. You know, if we fill this in, and again, I could be seriously overthinking this, but I don't know, if I just run with this concept, right? We have 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then leading into, you know, more, right? Again, once that grows in, that might be a little easier. Bring this over, then at least we're getting that concept continuing, right? This comes right up, so I suppose I could do that. It actually looks like it comes up too. So I suppose I could do this. There's a way of maybe filling that in. Would that be alright? No. No, I think that's a little bit overkill. Yeah, I kind of like it. I kind of like it open like that. Again, I need grass to grow in here to really see what this is going to look like, but I think that's okay. Alright, if we came over here... Oh man, I would need one there, wouldn't I? Well, that still allows us to get through there. My other thought is lighting. If we do the lighting the way this one is done, it starts at the bottom, skips 2. Alright? Okay, and goes all the way up. So let me just think about that. if we start here, will we be able to do that? Lighting here, skip this one, skip that one, lighting here, right? Skip this one, lighting here, skip this one, and then maybe we wouldn't even need the lighting up at the top because, you know, the structure will have lighting. So that's a possibility. So if that one came out and I just replaced it with wood, like those are doing, skip 2, then this one, skip 2, and then this one, right? Come over here, come down 2, dig. That might work. Then if I think about it, actually, if I put a post here, I wouldn't need to do this, which is good because then that won't be a block right there, and I would have a nice way through here. All right. Then if I wanted to mimic this business, I could put a sign, what is it, right there, and right here, to kind of balance it out. Again, putting it at ground level so that I could get in here when I needed to. I don't have a lot of these, but I could try. Am I going? How many am I going here? 1. It is 3. Gotta get. There we go. 1, 2. Yeah, I gotta. There we go. There we go. Alright, so now when we at least get this thing done, we'll have our front door, which actually would be right here. We'll have a nice staircase down. We have the same kind of, you know, lighting that, you know, the boathouse and the house is using. Alright, back the stairs up, so this is nice and flat. You know, maybe we'll put some flowers along here or something to pretty it up a little bit or something. But I think we're good for this episode. Alright, next episode, we are going to have some work on our hands. The goal is for this track to go all the way to Easterly Island, which, even if I go to far, I don't think we can quite see from right here. I know we can see it from the portal, so I'll just see if this will render out that way. But over in this area of Easterly Island is a ton of sand, and we are going to need a ton of sand in order to finish this thing off. You know, we're trying to create our little area kind of all out of wood and stuff, but I think this train station would really look cool. Yeah, that just isn't doing it. If it were made out of stone, but I think it would look cool out of sandstone. And this is 1.4, and 1.4 has introduced a couple of extra goodies, different colored wood, and 2 additional types of sandstone. So I really would like to take advantage of that. I did toy around with the different colored woods. There's one that's a lighter color than this, and then there's one that's a darker color than this, and then there's a third that is kind of like a maybe a strawberry version of this, kind of a light red. But you know what? I really like the look of this wood for this project. In addition to the fact that then it continues to match up all the other stuff that we've got out of wood. But I mean, if you just take a look at just what we've built so far in this area, I mean, my God, we have seriously taken advantage of wood, haven't we? We've got this massive tree farm down here that we can get all the wood we'd ever want, and everything we've built has been out of wood. When we go off and venture elsewhere, I want to stop using as much wood as we've been using. Use wood for floors, but get away from using wood for the walls and stuff. Let's start exploring some of the other possibilities. But like I said, this is good here. Oh, and before we say goodbye, if I come back up here for a minute, while we're over there, I'm going to get something else. I don't know if you remember way back when we built the swimming pool, but we built this area, and this area is so that we could grow cactus. Cactus is one of those weird beasts that has certain rules to correctly growing. But I want to get some cactus going so that we can begin to play around with our sheep and start to learn about dyeing wool so that we can get different colors of wool. So while we're at Easterly Island, I want to see if we can grab some cactus so that we can start the cactus growing while we're working over here. Okay? All right, listen, I need to say goodbye for now, but hopefully soon I'll have another episode, okay? All right, guys, have a great day. Happy spring holidays. Some of the kids are out of school already. Some of them have another week or two to go. But I hope everybody gets a chance to, get a little relaxing going on there. And just, have fun doing what it is you like to do. Okay? All right, so until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.